Taurus. Hi, I'm Chi. Thank you for visiting my channel, Luminance Tarot. I am brand new to YouTube and I posted 11 videos for everybody else. And I said to myself, I think I'll do me last because it was kind of in my feelings about, everything we've been going through as Taurian people. And then I posted the videos thinking, I'm like, woohoo, woohoo, you did it. I was so afraid to go through the door and post and create a tarot YouTube channel. And I finally did it. I've been thinking about it for months and I listened to tons of readers. There's so many amazing souls sharing their insights here on YouTube, and I wanted to try it, and I just kept putting it off and not feeling courageous enough. And then when I finally do, I forget my own sign. I put myself last. Can you relate to that? We do that a lot. We do that a lot. In my personal journey, I've been finding that I'm moving out of that space, but gosh, it's a hard habit to break. It's a hard habit to break. And so that might be where our conversation takes us, because from now on, we're gonna go first on Luminance Tarot for my Taurian sistren and brethren who find me on these YouTube spaceways, because how else can we show up for anybody else and give without feeling depleted? Because we love to give and we have to work on receiving. So how else to do it? It's a muscle that we need to exercise. Oh, I probably sounded weird. With a lot of discipline. So, with that said, I have a welcome to YouTube special that you can read about below. I would love to read for you. And let's see what's going on with our Taurian energy for the season of Aries, taking us from March 21 to April 19. I don't know how the cards are going to want to be read today, if they're going to tell me to stop shuffling or give me a jumper to start us out in. Let's see how it goes as we talk. Because, oh, there's a story that's coming up right there. Let's see. There's a couple crossers. So the first card that jumped out is the Lover's card. Oh, yes. I read with the Deva deck, which is a 5-suit tarot deck. The 5th suit is the triax, representing the ether, and I'll elaborate on it as it comes up in your reading. But the Lovers, the coming together within ourselves, within others, with others. How do we do it? How is it right for us? Followed by, 2 triax cards right here, 3 triax cards to introduce you. The Knight of Triax. So in learning to blend with others, how do we stay open? Open. That vulnerability, because we get scared. This card, the 8 of Triax inverted, is very much what it looks like that battling with the self, like, do I do it? Do I not do it? The ruminating, and the brooding. And the Four of Triacs is about letting the inspiration come, allowing, really allowing. I want to look at this for us real quick. Mm-hmm. Budding ideas, allowing inspiration. So, Knight of Triacs is covering us. And that's right. Strength is there. This is in our unconscious. So we're consciously working through the parts of ourselves that seem at variance with one another. And that makes a lot of sense as the lovers take hold, because it's a gorgeous thing, falling in love, feeling at one, feeling integrated. But it kicks up our question of, do I want to be blended? Do I want to be influenced in that way? Am I even strong enough? Am I even strong enough to blend with someone? And I'm reading towards you as if you're on the other side of the table. So this is upright, and these are inverted, and this is inverted. So strength is inverted, and so it's consciously dealing with, realizing, thinking through that you do have the strength to blend with another, to be open to another, to be receptive to another, that what is shared isn't lost. Does that make sense? So it's about, like, wrestling, like, allow yourself to be influenced, allow this union to take place while going through all the regular trepidation, because you feel very at home in this situation. It's been fruitful for a number of ways, and fruitful, I get mostly, the most important way that it's been fruitful is the spiritual lessons, and the ability to have all of this going on inside yourself while you find your calm, keep your peace, keep your center of gravity. Yes, you can keep your center of gravity while being influenced and blending and creating with another. You do have the strength to do that. Let's see what else is coming up. Another card about strength and the road starting to wind. So I think what you're concerned about is, in this place of loving, there's assuredness of, this is taking you out of your comfort zone, making you question the way things have been, and allowing influences from people, and the strength to do so. And it's going to take you on a road that you've never traveled before. And the preponderance of, do I want these lessons? Do I want to take the adventure? Because all of this blending, all of this unification, it's wonderful and it's gorgeous and it sounds like home and it feels like home, but it's not necessarily a safe space. It's much easier for a Taurus to build our little empire on our own and give as we want to give, but when it's scarier to give and receive. And this is going to take you to a new level of doing that. If you can stay open to the love that's coming at you, to the love that you are. It's a great time as you come into this, really like dive deep into the trauma, the issues. And by that, I mean, not in the most emotionally heavy way, but really take on the conversation with yourself. Be honest in the relationships that you're in about, like, because there's a feeling that your urge to protect yourself can come up with a heavy-handed cruel streak, right? Because you're afraid of this deep, deep love that's welling up inside of you, because it's a little battle of the ego and the higher self too here, or the higher ideal is going to win or the lower ideal is going to win. The yin and yang need each other. And as you can break that binary, you open to a deep wellspring of love that's to be shared. But it freaks you out. And I'm right there with you. It'll freak you out. You've been through, oof, honey, I know. Having come through many a time, you don't feel like you have the strength because of all the times the love has run out of a situation, the harmony has run out, feeling ghosted, or just like what that need to, that influence in terms of your influence and needing to fix and needing to, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? How do I need to be to make this work? And that takes you out of your intuition and drains the sweetness from the situation. These are honey cups, the 10 of cups here, but it can't hold on to itself. It doesn't. It's like if here is an indolence that can occur, this is a more of a putrefaction. This is going sour, it going south. And many a times love has gone south, and it makes you think that you don't know what you're doing, that you can't trust your intuition, that you don't have the strength to try again. But you know what? This is life, and there's only doing it again. You're not going in circles, you're moving in cycles, and you are improving and you are growing. And as you finish moving through this confusion and dropping, like, learn to get in this part of your emotions instead of getting all mental, emotional, and seeing the downside. What can you do to jump over here to the raw love that you are, that is universal love, that agape love, and bring that love into your relationships instead of bringing the apprehension because you are afraid that you can't tame your issues, you can't forget the past is going to repeat itself, that you can't break out into a whole new world, because we're moving through. Also, like, Aries season is our subconscious time. It's our incubation, our critical cycle, if you will. The 52 days before your birthday, you go into what is called a critical cycle. So if you can imagine the last 52 days of being in the womb and all the risk, uncertainty, excitement, and challenge that your mother probably felt in getting ready to bring you into the world. If you can imagine that, happening that happens with each solar return. So this is our time to jump on in to our shadow and listen to it. I think all three of those. Listen to the shadow, because the light needs the shadow so that we can accept love. It's a big time of integration and healing. This card, this 7 challenge in this deck, it's about allowing the influence of healing, not just in primary relationships, but through sustenance of the universe, allowing the natural unfolding of things instead of creating. And that feels really elusive to you. You're unable to understand it from a concrete way, how to heal. You want to know what to do to fix it, when what to do to, there isn't anything to do. There's only something to be. And it's about moving from even this gorgeous place of earthly abundance, alignment, attunement, to this ethereal throne. This is our Queen of Triax. It can be a very elusive person coming into your life that you can't quite put your finger on. There's going to be no zodiac correspondence to the Triax suit, because they're like the set represents this, like a phase in between, a bridge between the major arcana cards and the minor arcana cards. It's the space of creation between them and that upper chamber of the self. And as you move into that space and allow this influence, allow this in being available, you want to be connected. Look at how everything is moving in, and this is 9 of discs or coins. Everything is interconnected and communicating. So to create this, and if your person, if we're talking about love relationship, and if your person also is moving through like a spiritual time of integration and them learning to allow influence and to be influenced and to share influence in a relationship, the key is gonna be the communication. Keep returning back to that which gives it a spark, that with like the essential truth of love. Keep cycling back into the center, pushing the reset button, moving through your shadow, opening it up to the light, using your light, using your shadow, really taking it on without falling into indolence. So I kind of, let's get, as we come, there's what we wanted to know. It's a whole new way. It's a whole new way of communicating and getting out of conflict. I think that this belongs right there. Getting out of conflict. This is the Ace of Triax, and it's the birth of a new world, a birth of a new way of seeing things, a new way of being inspired, a new way of taking in energy and information from everything around you and within you. That's what we're working out, because we have to stay, when there's conflict to resolve, if there's issues with people, because see, this influence, while everybody is working on a very like spiritualizing, I don't know if that's a word, catching up with spirit, catching their personality up with spirit. It's a challenge for everyone in this situation, but the love is so real, and this seems to me like it's coming back around from somewhere, because this love was offered in the past, and it's a very tried and true love, and it came to you at a time when you're feeling in your best self. So it's got a lot of idealism, but something happened that the sweetness ran out. You bounced into yourself in an indolent way. You stopped, you went Eeyore. We get a little Eeyore sometimes as Taurians, we really do. And it just does not serve us. These confused, you know what it is? It's like, when something is confusing and challenging and asks us to move around inside ourselves and grow, we have a tendency to think we've done something wrong because it doesn't look like what we were told everything should look like. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Please comment below and tell me how I'm doing. I'm new to this, but just because life gets complicated, we like it simple. It's our tendency to really like to keep it simple, but that's not how we learn and grow. And right now we're about this processing and getting clean and clear, and like allowing ourselves to process while we progress forward, while we stay in communication, while we get love life, while we heal. We're not in that space anymore where the trauma, the upset, we're moving into spring. We're ready to heal. We're ready to ground. Keep it moving. You have to decide if you're going to be committed to your pain or if you're going to be committed to your actualization, and realizing that there's gonna be some discomfort and you're gonna be challenging yourself. Life is gonna be challenging you, and owning the fact that that you're in a house of mirrors, and you've built it and you've set it up and you can handle it. The love is within you. The support, the calling is within you to create something new, to really shift your disposition. Whew, I like that. So I'm going to close this out with 3 cards from the Tantric Dakini Oracle, and I will, we got ups and downs. I'll read those from the book. It's a fun set of cards. Some nice messages to round out this conversation with my Taurians. There's our card, Earthbound, and one more. Ooh, bunch more. We're just taking this one, the Joker, the Fool. So Ganesh, Lord of Obstacles, is the Hierophant in this deck. And it speaks of things in a very different way. I hope you enjoy it. The card suggests that there are obstacles to be overcome. The only way to get through the obstacles of the spider's web of the world and its illusionary aspect is to become a lord of these obstacles. This can only be done by confronting these things to the point where one sees through them, so to eliminate the cause behind the effect. When this is achieved, either through penetration, or through surrendering, then one becomes the lord of the three worlds rather than caught in them. So achieving the respect which this position merits. Pretty lofty. Earthbound. Realization of the underlying meaning of earthly existence, the completion of a cycle, responsibility understood in its broader aspect as humanitarianism, action as the result of choice and free will, liberation from the bondage of a habit, a change in viewpoint, could indicate a change in residence, parallel universes, and the concept of new things emerging from the old. This card relates to karma and should be meditated on with this in mind. Single-mindedness with regard to worldly things. And the Joker. The importance of maintaining humor in all situations as a hotline to understanding all situations in life. Don't get caught up in concepts of inevitability or destiny, but realize that all situations are but jokes of the Brahmin as the Joker. Become the Joker and accept the humor of situations. The gaining of ascendancy, always a positive interpretation. So there we go. A lot of juicy work for us to do, yeah? I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I apologize, my hair's a little weird there, but it's okay. We're here, we're together. Yeah, I'm especially loving this right now and how it relates to what we talked about in duking it out with our shadow side, with the polarity within us. When things look complicated, complicated doesn't mean wrong. Complicated means a great time to integrate and see the whole and see through the illusion so that we move into a mastery and a sovereignty. You know, it's been a wild ride for me personally, and I think, and for the Tauruses in my life, we have really been moving through some things over the past couple years, and it's time to really let springtime blossom deep within our hearts and let the light in. Let the light in and let yourself be the light. Let yourself be the light that you are. It's all right to shine. It's all right to receive love, give love. And it's all right to feel. It's all right to be complicated. Basically, we're all right. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll comment, like, subscribe, and consider trying a reading with me. And I'll be back real soon. And Taurus will be first. Have a great night, Taurus.